Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I've got a super cute, almost like a Gucci inspired set of nails. So if you guys are interested how I achieved this set, then just keep on watching. So I did the usual as always. So I buffed the press-on nails and I also applied some nail cleaner. And then straight after applying some nail cleaner, I am now going in with a nice thin layer of base coat. And everything that I'm using in this video will be linked down in the description, so if you guys are interested, then do check it out. And then yeah, after I'm done with the base coat, I am popping it into the lamp for about a minute. I usually like to cure my base coats and top coats for a minute. I'm not too sure why, and I don't even know if that's how it's meant to be, but that's how I always like to do it anyways. And then when it comes to just coloured gels, I just do it for 30 seconds, unless obviously the bottle specifies otherwise. So that's going in the lamp now, and now that it is out, we can start applying our gel colours. So this whole set is pretty much with the colours from Blue Sky. I actually get my Blue Sky gel polishes from Amazon, and sometimes I get a few of them on eBay, depending where I can basically grab them cheaper, of course. But yeah, I am honestly not the biggest fan of Blue Sky. I mean, I feel like there's definitely better, but they are a good and affordable, in my opinion anyways, gel polish brand. As you can see, especially with that pink, it's very sheer and almost like watery. But when it comes to that nude, it's really nice. I feel like it's a massive hit and miss with that company. But if you guys are willing to give it a go, then go ahead. But yeah, it's not the best, but you know, maybe some people do enjoy it. I feel like maybe I just had a bad experience with the few that I've got. So I'm applying some pink on the thumb and the pinky, and a nude on the index and the ring finger, and then for the middle finger we're going to do an ombre. So the usual, I always do it on my channel. I always use a kitchen sponge, I cut it up into little pieces, and that's how I do the ombre. So I also like to do it this way just because I feel like everyone can do the ombre that way. I sometimes feel like it's so depressing when you watch a video and you want to create an ombre and that person uses like a machine that you obviously don't have at home. So I feel like it's so nice to sometimes do it with a sponge and show you guys that you can actually do it with anything you pretty much have at home. And let's be real, everyone has a sponge at home in their kitchen. So I'm applying the nude at the top of the sponge and the pink at the bottom, and I'm just going to dab it onto the nail, and it's going to take a few tries, so don't be discouraged guys. It's honestly going to take a few tries, maybe like 4 or 5 sometimes coats before it's the one you wanted. Sometimes I add way more gel onto the sponge just to make it more opaque and more gel polish to go onto the press-on nail. Oh, and also not to mention, this is a new shape, which is so exciting in my opinion, because I don't often do different shapes. I have all these different shapes. I've got rounded and squares and long squares and short almonds and all different sorts of shapes. But I always kind of stick to my standard coffin, like the semi-long coffin. There's of course extra long coffin that I also do have, but I just never use. I just kind of stuck to my most favorite shape, and that's what I ever do. So in today's video I decided to be a bit more adventurous and doing a different shape, and my basically second favorite are square and also not long square, although long square is also very, very nice. But I decided to do a short square. But I would reckon this is more like a medium square rather than a short square. But yeah, so I decided to do that design on the new shapes basically, and I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think, if you guys would like to see more different designs on different shapes, because I feel like sometimes a design might look nice on, let's say, a square than it does on I don't know, almond. Sometimes, you know, stuff like Frenches could look nice on an almond compared to a, I don't know, like a coffin or something, all of that type of stuff. So I could do that for you guys if you would be interested, and to be honest I might do that anyways just because I do have all these tips, and it will be nice to experiment and try to do now designs to suit those shapes basically. So now that all those press-on nails have 2 coats of gel polish, and obviously that ombre will have many more. The ring finger is going to have some foil on it. So right now I'm going in with my Macart Nail Transfer Foil Gel, and I'm applying a nice thin layer, and then I'm popping it into the lamp for a minute. And it's very important you guys pop it in for a minute, because that's what it specifies on the bottle, and otherwise the gel might not cure well, and then you might have issues trying to transfer the foil. So do make sure you do it for a minute. And then once it's out, I'm taking my foil. So for today's foil, I decided to use this gorgeous Gucci themed pattern along with some flowers on it as well. So that's what I decided to use. And then I'm using this like silicone tool to push it down onto the nail. And then once I'm happy with it, I basically start pulling it off. And then once it's off, it's ready for basically a top coat. So you're going to see me pushing it down and prepping it ready to go. And once again, don't feel discouraged if you guys are trying to get foil onto a nail for too long, just because honestly, like, it's, as you can see, it's taking me quite a while, and this clip is, I think it's actually speeded up. So do take your time. Honestly, it's definitely worth it. These foils transform the whole set so much, so do have a go. Foils are literally my favourite thing, and yeah, just keep going. Alright, so as you can see, the foil has came off lovely, and it is basically all done for that nail. So once I popped it back onto the stand, I decided to take my top coat and just top off and finish off the two nails that I am done with right now, which is that ring finger. And it's also the thumb. I decided to leave the thumb as it is and not do anything else. And then the remainder of the three fingers that we've got, we're going to do some crystals. We're going to bling the set out. So whilst the other set is in the lamp, we're going to start working on the pinky. And for the pinky, I decided to just do two crystals of the same basically size, right in the bottom right hand side, just two next to each other. Don't know how to describe it, but I'm sure you guys can see what I'm doing, and make sure you try and do it as straight as possible. And the moment that was done, I popped into the lamp, and now it's time to work on the middle finger, which is our gorgeous ombre nail. And for that one, I just did that standard crystal placement where it's right at the top at the rim of the nail. And as usual, starting with the biggest crystal in the middle, followed by smaller crystals going from either side of the crystal going around the rim of the nail. So that's what I'm going to do for that one. And also just to mention with the ombre, don't worry guys if it's bumpy and it's bubbly and it looks a bit funny, because the moment we add top coat, everything basically evens out. And I do have to say that some gel polishes work better than others when it comes to this sponge ombre situation. These in particular gel polishes didn't work as good as I was expecting. But, for example, gel polishes called Venalisa, well, from the company Venalisa, are absolutely amazing. Those 12ml bottles, they're so good. I actually do a lot of videos with them, so if you guys see them on my videos, that's what I'm talking about. They're literally amazing for sponge ombres. Like, they literally leave no bubbles. Like, they, I don't know, the moment you apply top coat or even matte top coat, it just beautifully evens out, and the ombre is just gorgeous. Like, nicely faded, no issues. Like, it looks gorgeous and so sleek and so nice. So that's a good gel polish recommendation for some sponge ombres. So then that one goes into the lamp, and then the last nail that we can work on is the index finger. And for the index finger, I decided to put some big crystals in the middle of the nails. So I was applying my gem glue, and the gem glue that I'm using is from Maca. And I'm just blobbing it on to the middle of the nail, and then I'm going to apply my crystal. So first off, I'm applying this almost like a droplet crystal, but going almost like I'm placing it upside down type of thing, followed by two circular crystals going downwards from that droplet, and one is bigger and the other one is smaller going down. And then I felt like I was still not fully satisfied, like I wanted more crystals to that nail. I was like thinking, what should I do? And I decided to put more crystals going upwards towards the droplet, from both sides of the crystal basically. So I'm applying 2, I believe. Yeah, and same thing, I've got a big one placed down followed by 2 smaller ones. It's just going on either side. I believe I take it off camera to just fix it up, make it as straight as possible. And I was really struggling with this one. I don't know why. There's not even that many crystals now. Struggling to get it as straight as possible. But at the moment I was happy with it. I was popping it into the lamp. And then once this nail is out of the lamp, we can start applying our top coat on the remainder of the nails that haven't got it on yet. So as you can see, the set is now out, and now we can start applying our top coat. So we can apply the top coat on the middle finger, the index finger and the pinky. And as you can see, when we're applying the top coat on that middle finger, it just literally starts to look so much better. Like, of course, still not perfect because the gel polish just didn't work as well as I was hoping for it to do, but it's still better than what it looked like before the top coat. So applying the top coat, make sure you avoid the crystals, but of course try and get everything, all the gel polish base colour as much as possible. And you don't want to put the gel polish top coat on top of the crystals because it will just dim the crystals down and it won't be as sparkly as it should be. And then after applying all the top coat, we can pop this gorgeous set into the lamp. And then once it's out, we can see our final results. Alright guys, so here are the final results. I hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!